Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Anime Lounge podcast. I'm one of your co-hosts, Lance, and I'm here with my other two co-hosts, Matt and Ricky. And before we get started today, we would like to introduce our adult beverages of choice. Today, I will be drinking the Glenlivet 14-year age. And what about you, Matt? What are you drinking?
Today, I am drinking Crown Royal XO. What about you, Ricky?
I'm enjoying this Chivas Regal again, bro. The 12 years, and I'm chasing it down with a Coors Light.
And you know you gotta finish it, so.
Oh yeah, definitely gotta finish this bottle. It's about done. Matt, you got a synopsis for us?
Yeah, so today we are going to be talking about Gleipnir. Gleipnir is about a teenager whose name is Suichi, and he has a mysterious power that allows him to transform into a mascot-looking wolf dog. He saves this girl named Claire from killing herself, who in turn helps him uncover the secrets of these mysterious coins that they find and why he can transform. Lance, can you give us our lesson for today?
Sure. Lance's lessons for today. Today's lesson is going to be the Japanese word for mystery. It is shinpi. S-H-I-N-P-I. And that's fitting for today's episode because Gleipnir is basically a mystery genre of anime.
It's a huge mystery. The whole season was a mystery, bro.
Oh, yeah. Every episode's a goddamn mystery.
It had me itching for more. Let's just say that.
Oh, God. Cliffhangers all over.
Yeah, you get through one episode and you're like, okay, what just happened? And then you go to the next episode, you're like, wait, what? What just...
Uh-huh.
I don't know what's going on.
Oh, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Trust me.
Before we get too far, Ricky, do you have any favorite characters?
Yes, but you don't really get to see him that much. Sanbei, the big badass,
Yes.
wants to fight, the best fighter. He kind of reminds me of Goku when he said that. But
the martial artist guy with the scissors?
sophomore.
Yep.
Fucking sophomore. And this dude looks like he's a fucking...
Yeah, he's got like the saber arms.
Yeah.
He's got that super crazy move too.
But not in his transformation, like his regular human self. This dude looks like he's a fucking 32-year-old cop to me. I thought he was an adult until he said he was a sophomore.
Yeah.
Wait, sophomore in college, I think.
I don't know.
Yeah.
One source I came across said he was a college student.
I think it is a college student.
Okay.
'Cause I think
that make more sense.
Right.
He's definitely mature. Like,
Oh yeah, he's definitely mature. And God, I wanted to see so much more of him, especially since he's got that badass like skeleton transformation deal, and
yep.
Oh, it looks so dark. It's great. It really is. It's so menacing.
so badass. And the way he cut down that what was that, two-faced demon guy?
The one face, big face.
Oh, it was just one big face,
big
right?
head.
I took a picture of him.
Looked like George Lopez. I love you, George. Just kidding. No, just kidding.
Cut him down, no big deal.
Definitely my favorite character. Even his personality.
Mm-hmm.
Just how humble well, not really humble, but just how, I don't know, just he knows himself. He knows what he wants. He knows what he like I said, he wants to fight the best fighter.
Yep.
He wants an opponent. And then when they end up defeating him, he says, I'll join you guys and I'll help you guys, but I won't help anybody else because I said I'll help you guys. So
exactly.
He's very honorable. So that by far was my favorite character, and you only saw him in probably 2 episodes.
Yeah, one episode really, but
Yeah. Matt?
You see him for like 30 seconds at the end of the last episode.
Yeah. That's all you get him for.
That's another thing. Kept me really hopeful for season 2. Get to see a lot more of them.
exactly.
But Matt, who's your favorite?
Without giving too much away, yes, you do get to see him.
Oh yeah, definitely. I kind of expected that. They're going into the forest, ready to go as a trio.
And just so everybody knows, I am current on Gleipnir because when the first time I saw this, I was like, oh man, I gotta figure out what's going on. Because it's like I said, you have one cliffhanger, then you have another one, and then a couple things tie together, and then you get another cliffhanger, and you're like, man, what is going on? So there's just so much going on here, and it's great. And then all the transformations. Sanbi is definitely one of my favorites. So I would honestly have to say Kayato was probably my favorite.
That's where I was going to go next too, but
Who was that?
I gotta.
He's the blonde-haired guy that kills Hanakoa.
He's got that lion hair deal going.
Yes,
Everyone-
that definitely reminded me of
Yeah,
Lion.
just-
Thank you for saying that.
Okay, so I wasn't the only one.
And
Yeah.
yeah, it's just Like you really don't get to see too much of him, but just
And maybe not so much of a favorite character, but like definitely the most interesting.
yes. Yeah, there was a lot of characters that you got a lot of information on, but there was nobody, like no one person really stood out to me in this. Everybody had their own part to it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I like Kaido because, well, what really spiked my interest in him was when he was protecting that landing site, and he just seemed to have this overpowering sense about him. Like, this dude, if he's not the one that originally collected the 100 coins, he's protecting something, and he's super ass powerful for some reason.
So I have a question. They think somebody might have collected it.
I have two ideas.
In the anime, they like make the impression.
Yeah.
Like the anime, like the scenery, the way they tell the story, they make the impression that he's the one that collected the 100 coins.
Yeah.
That was my very first thought. Was he was the one that collected the first 100.
Mm-hmm.
So you think somebody else might have?
Yeah.
Who do you think that is?
It's a huge leap, but what if Shuichi collected 100 coins, and he's got his memory erased, and when he's combined with, what was it, Hanako or Elena or someone that we don't even officially know yet, but when he combines with somebody, it fucks up the entire world, or is about to fuck up the world.
Oh, because he's got that
the combining deal.
The combining power.
So what if those 100 coins gave him that immense power? So that was just one of my two ideas.
The only thing we can infer is that he could combine with Elena, just because they were like
the original.
Yeah, they seem to be the closest. So I feel like those would be the only two that he could actually make into one. Besides, obviously Claire now, but just from back in.
Now that we're at this point, why do you guys think he can combine with her?
With Claire or Elena?
No, he can't combine with Claire yet.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, the officially becoming one deal.
Yeah.
Why do we think that he can combine with Elena?
No, not Elena. It was that one girl with the
Yoshioka.
Yeah.
It's because they both had a common goal to defeat that dude, and because they were both enraged so deeply that their hearts literally were on the same beat. Or not literally. That's not how they said, but they had the same goal, and that was the main idea. Because of that, they were able to really become someone new.
Do you think them getting essentially killed? It basically looked like they got killed.
Oh yeah, they got fucking squished.
And that's kind of where I was going to, Matt. The same thought process you were. So go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I mean it's just one of those things where do you think that has a part to do with it?
Yeah.
I mean that's what probably sparks the initial rage for sure.
Yeah.
Because he just killed
the last desperation, man. Do what you can do, and something like that always triggers something. So that's kind of what I was thinking.
So when I don't know how recently you watched the last episode, but they gave some that fight between them and Elena kind of looked like him and Claire were on the verge of it. Like that's how I took it.
I was so mad that they didn't. Sitting there watching the entire episode, like, okay, so this is finally going to be the episode where Shuichi and Claire finally get their transformation, and very disappointed about that part, but...
If I'll make you feel better, it's worth the wait.
Okay, well,
it is worth the wait.
I'm expecting some badass stuff going to happen.
Is it Elena or Elena?
I thought it was Elena.
I think it is Elena, yeah.
Going back to her, when they first met, since his memory's been erased, she was obsessed over him and just
yep.
Because obviously later we find out that she's the reason he turned into this wolf dog, whatever. But she was super obsessed with him, and that just kind of went out the window. I thought that was gonna be a part of the story where she'll fight for him like Claire does. It was gonna be a battle between those two.
All fighting for the suit, essentially.
Kinda, yeah.
I think that's kind of what they're ultimately gonna get at. With she did say Shuichi belongs to me, and what I think we can infer is that the end of the world kind of deal has when those two come together. At least that's how I took it.
So you think when Claire and Shuichi come together, it's going to be the end of the world? Or
maybe not the end of the world, but the power to end the world. Something dark inside them sparks, and I don't know. That's just what I'm going to get. Maybe Claire is going to be the good half of Shuichi's power. And then Elena will be the evil half. I'm
gonna tell you right now, Claire is not the good half.
Oh, she's sadistic, but
I like how they made her.
Oh,
man.
I like how sadistic she is too.
Well, not sadistic, just the planning ahead type shit. And she's so calm to where she can just think of shit like that. You know, she doesn't panic. I love the little dialogue they said where when she says like, it's not how powerful this person is. That's not what scares me. It's the person. It's how he reacts.
How they think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it's their personality.
It was the mind of the person.
Yeah.
And that goes for just people in general.
Yeah.
You can be as powerful as you want. It's just how fucked up are they gonna think? That's what you gotta be afraid of.
Yeah, because it's kind of like a boxer. They could probably take out anybody they wanted, but they're usually some of the nicest people you meet because it's like I don't need to. I know what I can do.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. Haven't boxed in years, but yeah, thank you.
Hey, before we get too far, I didn't say my favorite character yet.
Oh yeah.
My bad.
Shit.
My bad.
Not that he's a favorite character, but because Kaito was taken, and I want to throw out another super interest, and that's the alien.
Okay. Yep.
I want to know more about him because all we know is that he wants his friends found, and essentially his grand prize is going to be once 100 coins is collected for somebody.
So to talk about the alien, do you think he crashed on purpose to see what would happen?
My first thought is no, because his explanation was that they accidentally crashed here.
But he was like, I didn't really know what I was doing, and we had a malfunction, and we crashed. It's like, what?
Yeah.
And then he's kind of like, I'm just living my best life. I can kill everybody if I want to, but please find my friends.
Bro, the gears are turning in my head right now. Because now that you say that, I can kind of believe it that he crashed on purpose, but the story that he tells, what's her name? Hanako? No, Hanukkah. Isn't it Hanukkah?
That's a
holiday, but yeah. I get that, but isn't it Hanukkah?
Fuck.
Honoka?
It's right here.
Not bad.
Honoka. Okay.
Yeah. He tells a story where like they first met, and she's like, "Why don't you go find him yourself?" type of thing, and she's like, "Well,"
he essentially said he was too lazy.
Yeah. But then he also followed up with the explanation like, once you're like you're immortal, you really don't have anything to like nothing exciting, I guess.
Yeah,
so
does he say he's immortal?
Yeah.
He
inferred it because they can just.
He didn't say the word.
Grant any wish,
really. But they can transfer their intelligence into anything, so they can be immortal. They're essentially immortal.
And that's what he was explaining. Like, there's kind of no reason to live. Well, there is, but there isn't because it's not exciting, and that's why he's lazy, type of thing.
Did they ever explain why his friends were coins to begin with?
Yeah. So when they travel through space, that makes it easier for them to travel.
Oh,
it's basically
totally glossed over that.
Just an easier way to travel. Is really what he said. They transfer into this.
When he told that story, I don't know how familiar you guys are with Futurama.
Oh yeah, I love Futurama.
Do you guys remember that episode where they go to that Star Trek world and they find the Star Trek people, the cast? And anyways, they're trying to escape that planet from that little nerd guy, little spirit nerd guy, and they got to drop their bodies, so all they have is their heads.
Yeah.
So that's exactly what I thought of when he's talking about the coin. They got to lose their bodies and just transform into something small. So they can travel.
Right.
It's essentially the same thing.
Yeah.
So it's since they are drinking. Well, so the.
Then they get these potions.
Yeah, the solution potion, whatever you want to call it.
5-hour energies.
Yeah, that's kind of what it looks like.
Yeah.
What
little shot glasses?
Do you think that's essentially his friends turning into a liquid?
Oh man, you're fucking my brain up right now.
No, because they present one single coin, and you can see 100 vials in that vending machine.
That's true. But what if the coin infuses with the one vial that they take?
I think the purpose of the vial is to turn that coin back into his friend, but maybe he's just collecting his friends and giving the solution away. I don't know.
So
I think we're overthinking it.
Yeah,
we are. I'm definitely spinning down that rabbit hole on purpose, but that's fine.
Yeah.
I just kind of want to see what you guys.
No, but honestly, you got my brain thinking, bro. Like, there's endless possibilities because it is probable. You know. Fuck. Now I'm thinking too much about this. I need to drink some more.
They don't really go into it. It's like, so he finds his friends, and then what happens? Like, because it's like, what's the point of 100 coins? Like,
and how many total is there?
Yeah, well, I can tell you, we have no idea.
Yeah, but that's just one of my questions. Like, can multiple people collect 100 total coins?
Yep. Yeah.
Because they also kind of hinted that somebody already collected 100.
Yep.
And people are still collecting, so is there going to be multiple people? So
could be. It's one of those things where you just don't know. It'd be good to know, but we just don't.
Like the season finale is just going to be the first person who collected 100, and Shuichi who collects another 100, and then they're going to have some big superpower battle.
Oh, man.
It's
Matt, honestly, I thought your favorite character was going to be Subaru.
Subaru? Why? Because of the name?
Yep. He only showed up for like one episode. It's that young kid.
The giant, the guy that can make mom and dad.
Yep.
Yeah, that was weird.
That was very weird. I was not. I don't know what to say about that. That was just, it's creepy.
So now that we bring this up, Matt, what would be your superpower? What would you want?
Man, what
If
would
we were
I...
to wait, before you say that, we'll copy one or make one?
Make one. Just what would be your like wish?
Oh man, so that's a really good question. And the thing is, it really comes down to: do you want to be really specific? Like, what's her name? The girl who makes the packs. It's like,
That girl with
the anal bead bracelets.
The anal bead bracelets. That's her hair.
it's definitely her hair, but.
But yeah, that chick who makes those chokers out of her hair, so nobody can break her promises.
Yes,
anal beads. It did look bead-like.
It did look bead-like. I guess I'll give you that one. But it's trying to remember what her name is. But anyway, so it's like, do you think of something specific like her? Because I don't know if you guys remember, but she came up with that one because her supposed best friend basically told the whole school about her secret love with the teacher, and the teacher killed herself.
No, she didn't tell him.
Yeah, so she told her friend about her having relations with the teacher.
Yeah.
And then her friend basically like blurted or let somebody know, and then the teacher found out that people know about it and killed themselves.
The girl killed herself. Right?
Yeah,
The teacher
killed himself. Okay, someone killed himself. Yeah,
yeah.
That's two suicides.
I don't know. I think she killed herself because she didn't want to let the secret out.
No. So the reason why she hates her power is so specific is because she let her friend know, and then the teacher killed himself because people knew about the relationship between her as a student and the teacher, and so she couldn't trust any people anymore. And her power was that if you tell anybody her secret, or the pact in this case, then you die. Like if you attempt to tell the secret, you die.
I don't remember seeing a teacher kill himself. I remember seeing her friend killing herself.
That wasn't her friend. That was the teacher.
Oh, wait. Was it a girl?
It was a girl. The teacher was a girl.
Oh, okay, so that's what I might be. Okay, because yeah, she liked girls. Yeah.
Yeah, because she does go into it, but she doesn't go into she doesn't blurt out that she likes women. But she does go.
But
you can infer it, and so that's why her ability is that way. That's a really good question. Or do you kind of go like super vague, kind of like your favorite character, where he's like, I just want to be something super strong. Make me super strong. And then he turns into this skull guy with sabers for arms.
I'd say scythes more than... Sabers just makes me think of
he goes
Star Wars.
Giant blade arms? Is that a better way to say it? Just giant blades for arms?
Well, he goes a little bit more detail with his power because he's got that armor for his body. You know, if you want to go vague, going like that, you talk about that one kid that she thought was an ugly kid. You know, that's vague. You know, just give me super strength.
Or the one where she was like, I want to talk to animals. And then she gets her ears, the Yoshiko.
Oh, yeah, I wrote down right here. It was going back to that naked girl who makes the hair bombs. Naked girl has a relationship with her teacher. Her friend hung herself after the truth.
See, I thought it was her friend.
Yeah, no, it's
her friend hung herself. The girl.
It's I promise you, it's the teacher. Because in the manga that she says the teacher killed herself.
But see, let's not
all right,
go that route because a manga could be different.
Well, I promise you, we're gonna call it the teacher because
I don't know. I kind of feel like me and Lance want to challenge you on that one.
Because
what episode was it?
Episode 6.
Her issue wouldn't make any sense because why if she told her friend, why would her friend kill herself?
Because let me tell you this: her power is that nobody can tell her secret. That it's basically a sin for her. Whatever, nobody can tell her secret.
Yep.
What I think it was her friend struggled so much not to tell the secret that she couldn't handle it anymore that she killed herself. And that's in her mind. She's like, oh, my friend was that loyal. I want loyal people around me, type thing.
But why does she say she distrusts people?
I don't know, bro. I was half in the bed when I was watching this shit. It was a good anime though.
So
Well, that's what I wrote down. So
that
I didn't rewatch that episode.
I've watched it like 3 times. Well, because I watched it subbed because I had to watch it subbed when it came out, and then I rewatched it dubbed, and then obviously I've read it now twice because I needed to figure out the ins and outs of things.
There was a lot of information in this entire series. I was very confused on lots of parts. That's for sure.
But I'm gonna tell you right now that I really don't think you should maybe sometimes you can compare. Well, I don't know. I don't even know how to put it into words, but some comparisons with the manga and anime don't correlate because stuff like.
Yeah, that's. And I know what you're saying. I'm just saying that all of the evidence. It has to be the teacher. Because if her friend loyally killed herself, why wouldn't she trust people?
Good, true. Good point. And plus, Matt did say he watched it like 3 times. So he's got a little bit more experience.
I'm just bullheaded, bro.
But anyway.
Sorry, back to the naked girl real quick.
Well, she's not actually naked, but...
Can we find her name?
I say that because I don't have her name written down.
I mean, she does
the girl who makes the chokers.
Yes.
When she brings Claire up to make that pact, she's like, okay... But if we're going to make this pact, then we need to do a special, inauguration kind of deal. Ritual. And then she just starts essentially molesting her and, trying to have sex with her. And then all of a sudden, Claire's like, I'm not comfortable with this. And she's like, okay, well, then I'll just give you my hair. Wait, what? You didn't need to do any of that. What's her name?
Sayaka.
So...
God, I was like, oh, my God, what the fuck? She's essentially just... she was about to rape.
Yeah.
And she's a freshman in high school.
I wouldn't say... She wasn't trying to rape her. She
groped her and she was going to her hoo-ha.
Shooting her shot, as you could say. And then she was like, yeah, I'm not into that. She was like, oh, okay, well then this is all you need then. So it's...
I get what you're saying, Matt, but I wouldn't really call it shooting your shot.
Yeah. It was very, very forceful.
She went to a couple bases.
Yes, I will agree with that part. But it was, at the very minimum, she did stop when she said that she's not into women. And she's like, oh, well, I tried. So there's that.
I thought that was something else.
Yeah, it's since I can't think of anything. Back to Ricky's question about what I'd change into, Lance. Do you have anything?
God, I forgot about that. What I'd change into?
Would you just change into Carnage or something?
How about let's just make it super vague because I feel like if we go into detail, it's.
If you were to make a wish, which is essentially what these guys are given, what would you like?
Yeah. Doesn't really have to be a superpower. It just to be does it have to be a power?
I was thinking about this earlier today, and aside from my favorite ability that I would ever wish for, which would be teleporting, because that would be my number one power that I'd want is I would love to teleport. I would like to have some kind of super badass battle armor like Sanbei. Okay. Not to the point where his hand or his arms are swords, but just a badass battle armor, full body suit where your defense is maximized, your offense is maximized, you're super fast. Just everything about you is incredibly heightened, and I think that would be my favorite transformation.
I got the perfect name for you, bro.
What's that?
OP Man.
OP Man. He's super OP.
Oh.
Yeah, that would be mine.
Oh man, sorry.
Did you say one, Ricky?
No, I did not.
No, I didn't. I don't know. I would have to stop and think about for real, in detail. But if I were to be just vague, it had to be something it had to include flying. That's one of my number one superpowers. I want to fly, bro. Going back to.
You want to levitate fly? Do you want to have
I want to Dragon Ball Z fly, bro. I can control how fast I go. I want to be Gohan. Gohan was the fastest flyer in Dragon Ball Z. But I want to be able to control I don't want to just fly and not be able to, maneuver properly. I want to have all that, but flying is definitely my ability. Something
about flying. I don't remember who I was listening to. It was I think it was about 2 comedians talking about superpowers and stuff like that. One of them said flying, and he something along the lines of saying, "I want flying, but I don't want all the negative effects that flying comes with." He's like, well, "What are you talking about?" So if you're flying at super speeds, you're gonna get fucking cold. and you're gonna not be able to see that well because all that air is flying into your eyes. Like, I want to be able to just be perfect at super speed flying. Like, damn, I didn't even think about that.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. If I'm being vague, it's fine.
Yeah.
But
hitting bugs at 200 miles an hour.
Or even just flying at high altitudes. You're not gonna be able to breathe that well. Like, just avoid all the negative impacts.
yeah.
Well, I mean, honestly, if you're flying even at like on the ground, you probably couldn't breathe very well either because all the air would be going past you.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be terrible.
You guys are ruining my power.
Speaking of,
don't worry, I can ruin my teleporting deal too. Like, the way I think about it is, if you were to teleport even just like an inch at how fast the Earth is moving through time and space, you're already going to be thousands of miles away in space just from that instant motion of teleporting.
Bro, this is anime?
I know. That's how you can just ruin superpowers if you want to be like that. But Matt, you were getting at something?
honestly, of all of them, I'd probably want Yota's. So he's the one that turns into the Mazaku-looking Yusuke.
Yeah, it's exactly the first guy that I thought too.
And
all he really did was get some tattoos, and he became super ass strong.
yeah, I think I'd be okay.
Was that Pretty Boy?
Yeah, Pretty Boy, the
Oh,
19-year-old who was trying to hit on all the underagers.
Yeah.
Well, all the women.
All of them.
He's like, damn, I would master her out. Like, really, she's got no head. She doesn't care.
Oh, you're talking about the centipede guy.
Well, the head, but yeah.
Yeah.
His,
Oh yeah, that's right.
No, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Just
That
roll the
that
dead
scene.
Yeah.
yeah, his power was really cool. As far as like a normal, like not ridiculous power.
Yeah, he just got a power boost, really.
Yeah, I think I'd be okay with that one. Like most realistic power to wish for, I think it'd just be a power boost.
Yeah.
And then the tattoo, just the random tattoos whenever I get superpower, that'd be cool too.
Yeah.
And then go away. Got it.
So now that you bring him up, I have a question for you guys.
Yes.
Do any of these motherfuckers have parents?
Well, he's 19, so he's an adult. So.
Well, I'm not. That's not where I'm getting at. It's do they have parents? Because you come to find out that Elena, right?
Elena and Claire
don't have mom and dad.
Yep, because
Later on, you come to find out that Suichi doesn't have his parents.
well, technically, Elena killed both sets of parents.
Yeah.
Or was it Elena?
No,
or was
Elena
it
did not kill. Suichi. What the fuck?
Shuichi.
There you go.
I think it was the white Honoka.
It was the lion guy.
No,
the lion guy.
No, the Honoka. It was the Honoka.
Honoka.
Yeah.
The ghost
Honoka
guy. Do you know who I am?
Well,
Honoka's
Oh
dead.
yeah, because
The
that's
lion guy
that's
has-
lion dude's power.
Yeah.
Kaito's power was to summon her with a fucking big ass blade.
And then your pretty boy has nobody. You know what I mean? He said that he has nobody to go back to, so he doesn't care that people find what he looks like.
Hey,
Oh, yeah,
logic, okay? It makes everything much easier. No explanation.
If parents are involved. Oh yeah, I'm glad you said that about the parents, because when they first went on the hunt in that forest, they made it clear in the I don't know, it's one of my notes somewhere, but they said we've been searching for like 2 or 3 months and we only found 5 coins. And I'm thinking, if you've been searching for months at a time, isn't anybody looking for you? It's in the middle of the school year. You guys are supposed to be in class. And then what? Shuichi goes back to class. Unless, of course, they were doing this after school hours. But they never explained anything along those lines. But
They were doing it after school.
they were doing it. I thought they were
Well,
one big.
they-
I thought it was one big hike at first.
No, it definitely wasn't one big hike. Because they would have met with that group, that clan in the mountains if they had hunted for 3 months straight.
With that Madoka guy.
Yeah.
The one that can turn into a damn dirty ape, which they said in episode 9. I laughed really good there.
Yes.
What was it? That Yoda, that's his name, right?
Yoda. Yeah.
Yoda. It's like, I think he's the one that called him a damn dirty ape, and like, fuck yeah, that was stealing
Good Easter
lines.
eggs.
But Madoka, he's a pretty badass guy.
Yeah, that power was intense just because he full punch to the face and nothing.
Mm-hmm. I wonder how many coins he's collected.
Not 100.
Not 100.
But speaking about him, one thing I definitely enjoyed about this anime is the small details. I love just when they're consistent with the small details. He pulled his tooth out in front of that centipede dude to gift to him. Like,
I thought there was gonna be a purpose of that. Was there a purpose to him ripping out his tooth?
Ricky's getting to that point. Well,
I don't know about that. I'm just saying that the small detail is like when you saw him later on in the show, he was still missing that tooth. It's not like it came back. Like, it was consistent.
When he was that ape, and he transformed back into a human, you can see that there was a tooth missing from the ape, and there's still the tooth missing from the human. So that they didn't like magically regrow a tooth.
Yeah, like we were talking about the Vegeta shit in the
Yeah.
early episodes. If you got anything, Matt, to share, let me know, man.
So he did that because Yota essentially like straight just kicked his jaw out of his mouth.
The centipede dude, his jaw got all fucked up.
Well, it was gone. They said
it was
gone.
completely gone.
And,
so he rips out a tooth to like feel what, sympathy or
to show essentially like, hey, if you're in pain, I'll go through pain for you guys. Basically, this is how good of a leader I am.
Right.
So
he's fucked up.
He's super fucked up.
But he's a great fucking leader.
Speaking of fucked up, what'd you think of the way they died? The Oriander, I have it in my notes. Those flowers.
Oh, the poisonous flowers when they burn.
The poisonous deal.
Yeah.
Well, not everybody.
Not all of them died.
Not all of them.
Yes.
I thought that was fucking awesome because the entire time Claire and the team are trying to scheme up some idea how to escape them, and I would have had no idea how to do that. Like some big ass gas bomb to poison them. Pretty freaking smart.
Yeah, they're oleander flowers.
Yeah.
And that's just I was like, damn. And it's an easy, well, I wouldn't say easy way, but it's a realistic way for them to be able to like actually escape.
Right. Especially how I can't think of the great word, but how trusting or supportive he is of his own team. Like he would risk catching Shuichi and the crew just to save a couple of his own men.
Oh, he's noble, bro.
Very noble.
So that was one of the points where like I always root for the good guys. That's just there's people that like the little villain stuff, but I always root for the good guys. This is like the only time in my life where I was like cheering on for that dude. I'm like, dude, that dude he's got his shit together.
Right? And that made me think that maybe he's not the bad guy.
Yeah, I was kind of getting into that too.
Like maybe season 2 he'll be like an ally team to like fight with.
Half an episode at least.
Yeah. Like they'll have a common goal and they'll work together and I'll be like, okay, well you're cool.
But yeah, man, he cared about his people. He told them, I will never leave you behind.
And then he does.
And then he fucking does.
Does he officially die?
Oh yeah, he did.
Oh yeah.
He
tried saving his people. That one dude with the blind that had the sword.
Yeah.
When he meets up with
Suichi.
Sorry, I can't fucking pronounce it.
Taguchi.
He confirms that like five or six people died, and then the rest, once they found out that he died, that they just scattered. They left.
Yeah.
Oh, I must have missed that. Oh, that kind of sucks. Because I was kind of hoping that Madoka, the ape dude, would come back in like season 2 or something.
Well, I just ruined season 2 for you then.
Because he's dead. Damn. Back to the flower. I'm pulling some anime shit out of nowhere. Like Claire just so happens to have this flower in her backpack.
Yeah.
Hey, here's some poisonous flower that I've been carrying for months.
Why was she carrying it?
Right. I mean, I guess
she's psycho.
At that point, she knew that that bear dude can grow anything.
Yeah.
But did they go home in between that time?
Well, that's what we were talking about because they were gone for months.
Yeah.
And this must have been an after-school project.
Yeah.
So,
this wasn't This was from the time they made the pact to the time that they went searching for the coins. Wasn't like one afternoon. It was a period of months.
Okay. Yeah, I get what you're saying though. All right. So let me ask you this. What was your favorite scene?
I'll go last. I'm saying that because I've got a couple backups, so I can probably say something after.
Matt, what was your favorite scene?
Man, I think one of them was when Suichi infused with
Yoshioka,
and then gets the double pistols and just starts.
Oh yeah, 2 pistols come out of nowhere instead of 1. I thought that was pretty badass.
Just kind of like Matrix shit. It was great. I thought that was probably one of the more memorable scenes for me. What about you, Ricky?
So, I just got done watching this whole thing today, actually. Well, the last 4 episodes. And my wife was she got interested the last 2 episodes, so she was watching with me.
Well, that's really where the deep down stuff comes into play is the last 2 episodes.
Oh yeah.
So one of my favorite scenes was my favorite scene that just fucked me up, and the reason I bring up my wife is because I told her, I'm like, cause she was asking me like, what's going on, and it was at the point where you find out that what's her name, Hanaka.
Honoka.
My bad, guys. You find out that the whole scene where her friend dies, Iko, right? Aiko dies. She committed suicide. And you find out Honoka. My bad. She takes over her body kind of thing. You know, they do that. And I was explaining to my wife what was going on. And I was explaining everything up to the point. I paused it. He's like, yeah, she committed suicide. You know, she was jealous of her type of thing. And then you come to find out that Aiko killed herself.
Yep.
Yeah. So I thought Honoka killed her. So that's where I paused it.
So
That's where I paused it. And I was telling my wife, oh yeah, this girl killed her because she was jealous, this and that. And then I pressed play, and probably 3-4 minutes later, you find the real story. I was like, fuck, bro.
Yeah,
that fucked me up.
I was so... Oh, and I felt so bad for Kaito after... Well, first of all, why the fuck did he just kill his friend? Like, I understand, like, it was fucked up that he thought that she killed her friend, so he's gonna kill her to, like, make things straight, which was...
That was my favorite thing.
Basically, I took that as if...
Honoka.
Not Honoka. The
Aiko?
Aiko. If Ayako can't be around, then because Honoka's here, then Honoka shouldn't be here either. But basically, like, I don't want to trade Ayaka for Honoka. I want both of them. And if I can't have one, then essentially
all or nothing kind of.
But the thing is, he didn't know.
Oh yeah,
he thought she
killed her. Yeah.
So it was basically like a revenge thing. Like, hey, you don't get to be Honoka because I want you to be you. Mm-hmm. So it's... No,
I get what you're saying, but like Lance says, give her a chance to say something. Yeah. You just expect she killed her and boom. That's
he didn't even give her a chance to explain anything. She was surprised, and she didn't even fight back that hard. She cried a little bit. She accepted it. You know, he was crying on her.
That fucked me up. Like,
that was crazy.
Like I said, I paused it. I explained to my wife what was going on, and I pressed play, and I'm like,
well, I'm
wrong. But you could see the pure
regret.
Yeah, regret and sadness.
Oh, definitely.
He was doing this. So.
Ooh, and that's why I was thinking that why Kaito is going to be the strongest, has 100 coins, why he's protecting that ship is because he's in this sorrow, this state of mind that he wants nothing to do with anybody because he feels so bad for killing his friend after finding out the truth. So now he's just on a power hunt.
So. Speaking of, do you guys think? I know we talked about this, but we didn't really go to. Do you think he's the one that got the 100 coins? And if so, do you think his second wish was for Honoka?
Honoka. I do think that he's the first one to get the 100 coins.
Okay.
But I think his first wish is the white Honoka.
Okay.
I don't think I think the second wish is something that we haven't seen yet, just because they made it seem like he was so goddamn powerful.
That is correct. I'll let you guys know. We don't know what his actual power is yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking as well. Because the white Honoka appeared early. Like they went to the backstory and they were talking about like, oh, there's this.
Like, do you know who I am? Was that the?
Yeah, that's her. So, do you think that's what he wished for to begin with?
That's his first. I think that's his first wish.
And then his second wish was
something that we don't know.
Power is.
Yeah.
And I cannot wait to see his power in anime.
So let me ask you this though: when we break this down, 1 coin is a wish.
Yeah.
So what's the deal with 100?
Yeah.
Isn't that 100 more wishes?
Like 100 wishes, or is it just like?
Or is it...
Well, because Ape Dude was getting stronger and stronger. He wasn't getting more wishes. Or was that his wish to get stronger and stronger?
Or was he just that strong to begin with?
I don't know. He said he was cashing in those coins.
I don't know. But it's... Or do you think that with the 100 coins... Because you know how every person, they transform with the coin. Do you think they get an actual wish with the coin? With the 100 coins, instead of just being like, hey, I can make you into whatever you want. Now you can wish for whatever you want, kind of thing. Like, it's more than just, I'm going to transfer you into a person, I'm going to make you into an ape. Like, it's, okay, so now what do you really want now?
Mm-hmm. Well, their first coin was to give them what they desired. And that's essentially a wish.
But as a transformation. Like, they are making the individual person... whatever.
But not everybody transforms.
The BDSM chick with the choker, she didn't transform. She just had that power.
But she had an ability for herself.
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, can you make... So in this case, we'll say that Kaito, his first coin was whatever his power is we don't know about. Do you think his 100 coins was the ability for Honoka to be able to come and basically destroy the city by asking everybody who she is? Do you think, like,
Maybe.
that's kind of what I'm getting at? Because that has nothing really to do with Kaito. That has everything to do with Honoka.
I was thinking it would do with Kaito because he feels regret for...
He does.
Yeah.
But, like, he's not the one controlling her at this point.
That's true.
I get what you're saying.
But she was hovering over him with that big-ass sword in that one episode.
But I think that's more of a reference towards that's, like, he was the one that collected the 100 coins, and he can control her, but only in the sense that...
Maybe summon her?
Yeah.
He can go to like
hey, come
a
here.
wider range kind of thing.
Come here and help me, but then basically go get rid of everybody in the city that knows who you are.
Yeah.
You know what? These bastards got us, man. I'm waiting for season 2. Like, I'm definitely waiting for season 2 because of shit like this.
Endless questions, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, they have a great story. Like, they have a great plot twist, storyline, everything.
Yes.
And they just keep adding more and more questions, so they have plenty to work on.
Yeah. And it's the first season did a lot of, hey, this is everything that's going on, while still giving everybody a lot of bringing them in. Like, instead of just a lot of explanations, a lot of plot twists. Kind of like, did you guys ever watch Westworld?
No, I've heard a little bit of it. Was that the robot?
Yeah, so the first season was a lot of, like, it got super confusing, but it was there was enough action to make all the what the fuck is going on want you to keep going. And then season 2 and 3 just got really stupid. But still,
That's too bad.
it was. But anyway, that's kind of how I think of this, where there was enough going on that you wanted to keep going and finding out, but still giving you this world view of everything that's going on.
Yeah. I can see that. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, it's definitely, if you like suspenseful thriller type shows, it's gonna be something you like. Obviously, there's a bunch of, well, I wouldn't say obviously. So there is a bunch of etchiness and sexual innuendos, which I found hilarious. Like the first time Claire goes inside of Suichi, just like, it's all hot and moist or hot and wet. It's
They definitely push the envelope.
I think that just has to be like the only thing that anime can do right now is introduce the ecchi to draw in all the pervs, and then as soon as you got your pervs, now you can start getting the storyline.
Yes, because as the story went on, the
etchiness went downhill.
Yes, for sure.
It went less and less as the story continued.
Yeah.
Which I appreciate. I mean, I wish it was less to begin with.
Yeah. I'll definitely take it going away.
Which brings me into my favorite scene is when Shuichi was gonna take off her panties. No, I'm kidding. Alright, sorry. I only kind of said that so I can say one of my favorite scenes because I didn't get to mine yet.
Yeah, we've been leaving. Lance, my bad, man. We've been leaving you out. My bad.
My favorite all-time scene was the transformation scene with Yoshi. I just wanted to call her Yoshioka.
Yeah.
And they became one. But that's aside from that. Episode 13, the last one, where Claire comes to Shuichi's house, and Claire can see that Shu's house is a fucking pigsty. There's spider webs everywhere. It's dirty. We find out that his parents actually have not been around this entire time. When's the last time you saw your parents? I'm like, dude, we're starting to get into some deep, dark stuff right now.
Yo.
So I liked that change of pace that made you be like, okay, shit's getting real.
Yeah, because
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
When I first saw that, I was like, what is going on? Like, because you see the mold and the spider webs and all the dust, and you're just like, how does he not notice what's going on? Like,
right?
What is going on right now?
But you can infer that they're blaming it on his memory loss, right? Like, so let me ask you this. Let me ask you guys this. Do you think he's in denial, or do you think that it's because of the memory loss effect?
I think his memory loss puts him in denial. That he doesn't know better, and that just because it's natural and normal, he doesn't think about it. That was where I go.
Matt?
I can see that. I think it's literally just Elena's ability. Like, because remember how she said that, because she was talking to, oh man, I don't remember, one of the friends. And saying that the more you use your power, that part of your power, the weaker you get essentially.
Yeah, I remember that being said.
I wonder if it's just like you see it in his eyes where like that fog kind of gets lifted so that he thinks he is living a normal life when everything around him is essentially turning to dust and decay.
Yeah, everything around him's doing that, and at the same time, he's remembering a little bit more.
Yeah.
Honestly, clean the goddamn house, bro.
Oh, God, yeah.
I don't care if your parents work third shift. Clean the goddamn house.
Well, he thought it was clean. Apparently, he thought it was clean.
Yeah, he's seeing a perfect world back at home, or was at least. Now, all right, do you guys think his official memory is back, or do you think he has enough memory back to start going for it? I don't, because there was that scene where like there was that sentence, that Japanese sentence, and then like there's that blacked out section was appearing. I don't remember exactly what it said right now.
It was something about Ellen, like
I
I'm gonna
found
meet Elena. Something.
No,
Yeah.
I saw Elena today.
There it is.
Yeah.
And then at closer to the end of the episode, it started getting blacked out all over again.
Because he was getting attacked by the
Honokas.
The
the
white
ghost.
ghost.
Yeah. I think she was only able to get part of his, like enough of his memory to be erased. Well, not really erased, but blocked off, sealed. That Honoka wouldn't keep attacking him.
Mm-hmm.
So, can I ask you guys? I didn't really understand that part.
Yeah.
Why?
Oh God, yeah, there's so many questions.
Well, like, what does the memory thing have to do with her attacking him? Like, how does that correlate?
So she kills she basically erases the memory of anybody that remembers who she is. So
erases
Honoka?
the memory or erases the body?
erases the person and the memory.
I was gonna say-
I'm going to say erases the person and the memory just because...
We're talking about Honoka, right?
Honoka, yeah.
Yeah, because we see her like dissolving,
That person. That
pulling a fucking Thanos and dissolving people.
Yeah. So I think it's anybody that knew her when she was alive gets essentially the same treatment as she is.
Why doesn't Elena get it then?
Probably has to do with her ability.
With Elena's ability, yeah. She's probably holding him back.
Because I remember that scene in the last episode. It starts off with that one high school girl that was her classmate.
And Honoka never asks Elena. So she has to actually ask you, like because she asks Suichi, do you know who I am? But not Elena. So I think she has to actually ask you. Now, why she doesn't ask her, I don't know.
I don't know. It's just all about that last episode. Well, not all of the last episode, but about that scene. When he got his memories back, Honoka, like her spirit ghost or whatever, knew right away and teleported to him. Type of thing. Just all of that just, I don't know. For me, it just doesn't make sense yet.
So, Lance, let's hear your thought, and then I'll mindfuck you guys.
I love it.
Wait, be more direct.
What did you like? What are your theories behind Honoka and that ability and all that fun stuff? Or well, not like just what Ricky and I were talking about. How like do you think the whole with Suichi, like was it just the fact that he lost his memory of Honoka, or do you think there's more to it?
What do you think about the Honoka ability?
Yeah.
Like, what do you think her power is? Or his power controlling her power?
Well, that's kind of interesting because Aiko... Okay, so Aiko killed herself, and Honoka...
No, Honoka killed herself.
No. Aiko killed herself. Honoka made her wish to become Aiko.
Yep.
Okay.
So Honoka, the original, Honoka did not care about herself.
Yeah.
And she was willing to let her go so that she can carry on the memory of Aiko. Now, because of that, because she doesn't care about the original Honoka, she wants to be maybe hell-bent on getting rid of the memory of Honoka. So in order to erase her past, she has to erase anybody that knows her past. And I guess that's about as far as I can throw that stone.
Okay. That's... I can see that as how that makes sense.
Can you get another beer, Ricky?
Got you, bro.
So, what if I
muchos
told you
gracias.
it's episode 13, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
All of episode 13, except for the very last scenes, don't happen in the manga. None of that happens in the manga.
What?
Let me rephrase that. Because I know what's happened beyond where season 1 ends. Bits and pieces happen, but not in that order. But probably 90% of episode 13 doesn't happen in the manga.
So all that confrontation,
So especially the very end. So going to meet with Claire and then Honoka appearing.
Yeah.
That stuff doesn't happen in that order. Not at all.
Okay, but does Shuichi shooting Honoka multiple times and going into that weird dimension where there's like tens of Honokas, and by tens I mean like multiples,
Yeah.
and just continuously shooting them. And there's that cool scene where Shuichi like rips out that revolver piece, and then like another one like blobs into another set of bullets, and then he just continues shooting. Did you catch that?
What the fuck was that?
I
What the
thought-
fuck was that, bro?
It was super weird.
Bro, so
But I bought
you rip off the revolving part,
It's
and just to make another one. Why don't you just make more bullets?
Exactly. Yes.
Because it looks good.
It was. I bought it because it was different. That's about as much as I took from that.
Yeah.
And that made me also think, was that the first episode that Shuichi's transformation opened his mouth? I don't remember.
Yes, I think so.
Like during talking at any point in the rest of the series, is that the first time like you see the teeth come?
Oh shit! I didn't even realize that. I guess, yeah, maybe.
That was my first thought when I saw that scene. I don't remember his mouth ever officially opening.
So yes, that is the first time. But that fight scene happens, but not where that happens. It happens at a different location, and for almost an entirely different reason. And
real quick, when I was doing a little bit of research, and people were talking about stuff that, not that they were talking about what happened in the manga, but some dude was talking about how he didn't read the manga, and every time he said manga, fucking quivered and like, just fucking say it right, man. It's manga. Get it right.
yes, it is manga, and that is very correct. But
he's probably a fuckboy.
Total fuckboy. Go fuck yourself, fuckboy.
Damn. Anyway, so that chick that can turn invisible, yeah, she doesn't exist in the manga, by the way.
Oh, really?
Bro, she was pointless.
She was pointless. She didn't do anything in the series whatsoever.
She was just like the secret lover for Sayaka.
Well, she loved her, but Sayaka didn't love her back.
Right.
Yeah, because she's pointless.
Yeah, kind of.
Well, yeah, I mean, her ability was invisibility, so yeah, she was pointless.
Actually, hold up. Time out. Now that I just brought Sayaka, I do have one thing to kind of just ask you guys, kind of bitch about, I don't know. Sayaka's ability. She's able to do that choker hold, whatever, and she can...
To keep a promise?
Yeah, to keep a promise. That one telescope dude.
Yep. We totally skipped over him.
Died, right?
Yeah, because he was...
and he was attempting to reveal their secrets.
Yep. Died. Dead.
Betrayal.
Done. Yeah. And then later on in the episode, they were like, if he's probably still in the forest, whatever, they were worried about him.
Yep.
Oh, I glossed over that.
So one thing is like, and then later on in episode 13, she can release the chokers from anywhere. Like, you can see the chokers fall off.
Yep.
So she can do that, but she can't detect when one of her chokers kills somebody.
Oh, yeah.
So when that telescope kid died, they were still worried about him, like, oh, he still might be in the forest. That dude's dead. Like, your ability doesn't tell you that?
So,
yeah.
Kind of help clarification. One, I love the fact that he died that way, because in the manga, he just kind of disappears.
Really?
Yeah, you don't know that. You don't know how he dies.
Or just...
So that whole scene where he goes and talks to the ape guy, like that doesn't happen in the manga. Madoka, yeah. So he does not go and talk to Madoka in the manga per se. So I love the fact that he just like gets his neck snapped.
Oh hell yeah!
And dies that way.
I was happy he died.
Did it snap, or did he just like suffocate and die?
I would rather believe that it just snapped his neck.
That's more fun.
Bro, he's a perv.
Yeah, he's a mega perv.
He is a perv, and like you can still kind of talk if you're getting choked. So the fact that he just went from trying to reveal their secrets to throat closing to dying, I believe that it snaps his neck.
Yeah, bro.
I mean, it was a choker, so
much
choke so quick it broke his neck.
Much better way to just anyway.
I'm glad they killed him too. He was the most annoying character.
He was insane annoying. But so that might be part of the reason why like there's some plot holes is the best way I can think of it, where like certain things just don't make sense. And yeah, so the creator no longer exists according to the creator. Like he didn't actually kill him, but I would assume that would be the best way for him to die. Yeah. Or burning to death too. One of the.
That would have been cool too.
That would have been nice. But either way, needless to say, we did not like that guy.
Sitting there recording his crush all the time.
Getting erections watching her get all naked.
Yeah.
What a perv. He was gross. But anyway, so I'm trying to remember I lost track. What was going on?
Yeah.
Oh, so we're talking about just kind of go back to Honoka, because I was thinking about it and I read more into it. So Honoka believed that nobody would miss her. So now the fact that she essentially disappeared and nobody did anything about it, like nobody did miss her per se. That's why she's now coming back and being like, "Do you know who I am?"
It's because her memory remains. Sorry, Metallica.
Oh shit! But wasn't the backstory of that was like her dad killed somebody and
her dad
Yeah.
got arrested
So
because he was doing shady shit.
So her
he killed somebody.
Yeah, her dad killed somebody, and then I think her mom committed suicide.
Oh shit! I don't know. If
I didn't hear nothing about her mom.
But yeah, so her mom was out of the picture. Her dad was going to jail, and so like she essentially was one of those people where she gave everything to everybody else and just thought, well, this is a terrible life, and nobody's gonna miss me when I'm gone. And another song. And then
so now that we're talking about that, Lion Dude, when he's trying to find out, what happened or where she's at.
Kaito?
Yeah, huge stretch. With the whole fucking...
The hair twirl? Yeah, that was something I wanted to ask.
girls do that, bro.
That's exactly what I wrote down in my notes. Every girl twirls her hair. You're going to make that leap and be like, oh yeah, my friend used to do that just like that. So you're the same girl.
You have to think. So they were all they basically grew up together. So Aiko, sorry.
Yeah, forget the A. It's just
Aiko.
Aiko.
I tried putting it before the A, but after the A. Yeah, it made no sense.
In America, it's A silent.
Aiko probably never did that. And so then you have to think, when you know your friend for essentially your entire life, and then a habit just happens to start, and this other person who had that habit is disappeared.
I just think that's insane.
Huge
Lazy writing.
It is. It's a very giant leap. But
as a writer, how much lazier can you get? Like, how are you not questioned from being proofread? Like, literally every young girl sits there and twirls her hair when they're bored. It just happens.
So, that didn't happen in the first 10 chapters. So eventually they're like, damn, that's a good one. I like that plot. Just keep going. Just keep showing me what you got, and just shit happens.
You know what would have been great if she had a short haircut. And she can't do that, but she was still doing it.
That would be funny.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's I know we were talking about season 2, and I basically ruined season 2 for Lance because his strongest favorite person won't be there.
Oh, what, Madoka?
Yeah, Madoka.
Oh, yeah.
Madoka can't be there now because he's definitely burned / got poisoned. What do you guys want to see in season 2?
Ooh, before we jump into that, speaking of getting burned, Shuichi's friend got burned.
Yep.
Fuck up.
Damn, I was not expecting that. Like
Abuko?
The one that was hanging out with a sketchy crowd?
Yeah. That
right there, Abuko.
The guy who killed that
dog or something?
Yeah, I think it was a little dog.
And it was missing a leg or its tail.
What's up with that?
Yeah, what the fuck was up with that?
That's some small little details that we kind of just overlap.
Clearly something was cut off.
Yeah, and it's one of those, because he's a fucked up individual.
Maybe.
Like, that entire group of people was super fucked up.
Right,
all of them were super fucked.
Okay, but the significance of the tail,
it's a trophy. It's a trophy. That's all it was.
Okay. Well, I don't know.
I can run with that.
But it's one of those things. Like, the first time I'm like, why the fuck somebody kill a dog? Like, the first episode, you just see a dead dog, and I'm like, damn, they killed a dog? John Wick, apparently.
Oh, I don't remember that right now.
Yeah, it was one of the first episodes.
It was the first episode.
Yeah, it was probably the first, because a lot of hazy stuff happened in the first episode that I know I'm forgetting because it happened a while ago for me. But back to the friend being burned, we were all super excited that, sure, they burned down the forest and they got away from the bad guy, but then we find out later that the consequence was losing a friend because he happened to be at the wrong place at the wrong time.
Oh no, he was a super fucked up person too. I gave no fucks that he died.
Okay, he was
He's like, up, yeah, he was protecting our people and he died. I'm like, well, that sucks for him.
Yeah.
It's like that. If they would have said everybody but me died, I would have been like, good thing you're gonna die.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, now that we're going back to that, I wanted to bring something up. Shuichi got his head ripped off.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
Bro!
That's the original purpose of the potions being introduced.
But come on, like, you got your head ripped off. Dead. Point blank period. Dead.
Right?
No.
Even as a mascot, like, you're separated. Even if Shuichi's head got ripped off, why didn't Claire's head get ripped off too? Like,
Because-
shouldn't she, like, essentially be in the center of everything?
But
So-
they're not 2 and 1 right now.
Okay. That's a stretch.
That's not what I'm worried about. I was worried about, well, not worried about, but one thing that I wanted to focus on is like, he should have been dead there.
Uh-huh.
Dead, done, end of story.
Okay.
And then the second time he should have been dead is when he fused with that one girl.
And got crushed.
Crushed. Dead. How'd you guys feel about
Super crushed. Plot just I can't say super crushed. I can't say plot twist, but like at the same time it's almost like lazy writing. Like shit's insane. And they do a semi decent job with keeping this show like decently realistic.
that? Yeah.
With the suspend your disbelief just a little bit and give us some alien powers, but at the same time removal of the head and absolute crush of the body. It's hard. It is kind of hard to take in.
So how do you kill this kid?
So I got 2 things.
Well, the alien said if he were to revert back into his human form, he would have died on the spot.
Yeah. But now that he knows that, how do you kill him?
So I can give you 2 answers I can give you answers, well, not really answers, ideas for what Lance is saying, and then we can kind of keep going. So it's the whole, right now he is literally just the suit in which,
Yeah,
so as long as Claire doesn't die when they're not fused, technically the suit can keep going, right?
Claire comes out of it though.
Claire does come out of it, but he's still just like an empty suit. Like he's not anything.
That's right. He's nothing.
He's hollow.
Yeah, it's not like there's a spine in there that connects to anything.
So it's like, yeah, his head gets ripped off, but like it's kind of like when you take the head off of a
doll.
Yeah, a doll.
You can put it back together.
You can put it right back together. No real consequences.
And that's exactly what I was thinking. Especially when she found that little doll. That's what he wanted to be in that old school.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
In that cram school. But
when
he got crushed is a whole different story.
I took that almost. So if you look at it, it kind of looks like clay. And then, kind of a stretch, but it kind of looks like clay, and then they get morphed into the one individual, and then get turned into the...
That's the only reason I accepted it, was because they had that transformation, and they were able to essentially hit the reset button.
Yep. Mm-hmm. The anime logic right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, obviously it's anime. We're not getting scientific with all this shit, but...
Real quick, back to the head ripping off deal. I like the attention of detail when Shuichi went back into his human form and he had that scar on his neck.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like that a lot.
Those are the small details I love.
Mm-hmm.
What's the scar on your neck from? I got scratched by a cat.
Is that what they said? I don't remember.
Yeah, he said he got scratched by a cat.
Man. Oh, okay. I have a scar on my neck story. This is real life. This was high school. I was a freshman, and I go into my parents' room one morning. It's the weekend, and I had just gotten a couple shots. I think it was for like football or something. I got like multiple shots like the day before. That's what I'm blaming it on, is because I was hyped up on other stuff. Early in the morning, go talk to my parents in their bedroom, and my dad starts talking about his karate days and how fucked up he got and how he broke so many bones and how bloody he got and how I'm like, and all of this stuff, just, I don't know why he was saying this, but I started tunneling out. Like, all of this stuff I was taking super internally, and I instantly passed out because I was feeling all this pain internally. And I passed out, blacked out, fell on my parents' dresser, and my neck hit the dresser dead on. I woke up moments later. I felt like there was 1,000 bee stings on my neck. I come to find out that I fell on the dresser. My neck, dead weight, fell on the dresser. I had this huge scar on my neck for a little bit.
I think I remember that.
You probably remember that. I mean, Ricky, you might even remember that a little bit too. It was a long time ago. This was high school, freshman year. So I had this nice big scar on my neck, and that was embarrassing. But what makes it worse was my girlfriend at the time was having this little family event, like a big family event with distant relatives. So there was like 100 people at this thing, and I had to go there with this big ass scar on my neck, say hi to everybody, and I find out later that multiple people went up to my girlfriend's parents and asked if I tried to hang myself.
Damn! This is fitting for this anime right now.
Oh yeah!
Holy shit!
It's a very fitting story. I'm glad you could.
I was so shocked. I did not know how to react. Like, I know I like that emo punk style, and black's my favorite color, but fuck, man, I would never go that route. I don't want people to think I tried to hang myself. That's fucked up.
Damn, bro. Holy shit.
So,
That's fucked up.
that story will always stay with me because that threw my mind through a loophole.
And now it's going to be on the internet forever.
Yeah. Yep.
It's fitting for this show.
Because this show is fucked up enough, so yeah.
So, I don't remember, Kaito kills the fake, or well, technically Honoka technically kills her because she turns into Aiko.
Okay, yeah, so she kills fake Aiko, the real Honoka.
Yep.
Yes. And do you think, like, do they talk about how she supposedly, like, how did she supposedly die? Like,
Aiko?
Yeah.
She killed herself because...
No, well, not Aiko, but so Aiko kills herself, like, suicide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
I
happened?
thought you were asking why she killed.
No,
She just disappeared. They don't know what happened to her.
Because they say that Honoka says that she was the only one that saw Aiko's body.
Yeah. And then what happened? Like, do they know what happened to Honoka?
Nobody cares.
No.
Family doesn't care.
Yeah, their family doesn't care, but she just disappeared.
Friend.
So Honoka turned into Aiko because Aiko killed herself.
Yeah.
What happened? I don't remember what they said happened to Honoka after Kaito kills her.
What they say is, at the end of episode 12, is everybody but Kaito suspected that Aiko killed herself, and for whatever reason, they already knew that Honoka, and they just accepted it.
Yeah.
Straight up accepted it. And that's really the only explanation.
So, and then once Kaito kills Honoka, did they just kind of be like, wonder what happened to her?
I think that's skipped.
Okay.
I don't know how far you are in the manga, but because Kaito's by himself,
so they talk
like real time.
No. He tells that one other dude
that he
the
killed
boyfriend.
her.
The boyfriend.
He tells him.
But then it ends after that.
Yeah, and then he just leaves. He disappears out of the group.
But that's also past story. Like, that's a relevant past. But like the actual real time story is where we know where he's protecting the ship and he's all by himself. Yeah. So we know that he's a loner and shit like that.
Yeah. And then, because he was like, oh, so I killed her for nothing? And then they kind of just go, well, anyway, so this will just be something in the manga that's not really a difference. It's just kind of an added thing. So they say that she hung herself.
Aiko?
Fake Aiko hung herself.
Let's just call her that from now on.
Yeah, fake Aiko hung herself on the same tree that Aiko actually killed herself on. Like, it's kind of super dark.
So other than Kaito and Naoto, the boyfriend, know the real story?
Kaito made it look like she hung herself.
But in the anime,
he does.
He says I killed her for nothing, but he kind of whispered it too.
So yeah, I think he was more talking to himself. But anyway, yeah. So that's just a kind of little snippet. Is that they he made it look like you just see her dangling in the manga as well.
It was a little dark, but it wasn't too dark where like you know what I mean. It just kind of turns you off with shit. Yeah,
it was definitely one of those where it's like if you can deal with a little bit of dark mystery type of stuff, you'd still enjoy this because there's not too much.
Yeah. Oh, I think honestly a lot of people will enjoy this anime. It's a great anime, great story, a lot of fucking plot twists.
I was thinking about this earlier today. As of right now, with the expectation of season 2, I would put this anime very high.
Mm-hmm.
But if for whatever reason there's a cancellation to season 2, I'd say don't waste your time.
I can see that because it kind of ends on a
huge cliffhanger.
Yeah, cliffhanger. It's not a plot twist. It's just a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Like it's like, all right, so what happens?
You absolutely 100% need a season 2,
which I can.
You cannot be satisfied with season 1 by itself.
I can let everybody know once if that were to ever happen. If we never get a season 2, I'll let everybody know.
Oh yeah,
because the manga's still going.
Dive deep.
And The manga, give me 1 second and I will let you know.
So I'll
Well,
give
we-
him some time.
We can almost say the same thing about like High School of the Dead. Like we had the season 1, the manga continued for a couple more years until the creator died. But
Well, this one's still going and the creator's not dead. So
Well-
we're good on there. And so right now they're at 70 chapters.
and season 1 was
Season 1 ended on chapter, give or take, 39.
oh fuck, that's a whole okay. So there's perfect room for a second season at this
Yes.
point. If you were to
Y'all need
make
another
this
beer?
another 12, I got 2 sips left. I can use another one.
Alright, here you go. That's yours.
Oh well, thank you very much.
Matthias?
Ooh,
Yep.
we didn't talk about that yet.
What's that?
I mean, that wasn't exactly what you said, but the hotel.
Hey, there you go.
That is
Mythos.
good.
Yeah.
So Ricky, what do they call the hotel in the anime?
Well, not that, but Hotel Mythos? Mythos?
Which is kind of, would you say it's kind of fitting for?
Oh, hell yeah.
Because kind of like everything seems kind of like a mist, kind of like it would come out of kind of some like storytell kind of thing.
Has that hotel like made an appearance in the anime?
I was just about to ask that, like, what the hell is the purpose of this hotel? Because they never show the inside, anybody going in and out. What?
Well, all you see is that you never see the inside of the hotel. The hotel is just the location in which the alien is
Okay,
Oh, okay.
at.
okay, glad you said that because I guess I never quite questioned what kind of back fuck alley is this alien sitting in.
Well,
Because he's got his own bed and.
Did you hear what kind of hotel it was?
Mm-mm.
It was essentially like a 1 hour pay hotel, kind of like a sex hotel.
Oh, sexy, sexy, money, money.
Yes, kind of hotel, which is kind of fitting for the alien because he's kind of
Oh, he definitely was pervy.
yes.
When he ate that that little piece
Strand?
of hair, strand, that's the word I was looking for, strand of hair from Claire, he turned into a naked Claire instantly. And he was, I'm sure he made some pervy remark, but still.
I'm actually kind of curious. Where do you get that body from? The body that he has now.
That's what I was thinking, because if he turned into Claire from eating a piece of hair,
Who's that fool?
so who's that guy? And not only that, it showed a past memory of him turning into like an octopus or something
Oh
like that.
my god, that was hilarious.
So I think he can turn into anybody that he sees.
Right. That's what I would imagine. 'Cause-
why did he need the hair?
So yeah, why would he need the hair?
Because he's a perv.
Well-
He did ask for a pube hair.
Shit, he did, didn't he?
Yeah. So and then he's like, well, any hair.
Oh
will do.
yeah, because Claire made the comment that I don't have any.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, she kicked him, and
Yeah.
then when she kicked him, he said that he pulled one of her hairs.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they made the impression like he needs that hair to perform.
I think it's just
Maybe
kinda-
because the human's more intelligent than an octopus or something.
it might be kind of like a magician where it's all for show.
Well, what is
Or
Or
because this is just an anime.
anime logic?
anime logic.
Yeah, yeah.
There we go. That would also be fitting. So it could be that's probably gonna be the easiest way. Just
Yeah.
anime logic.
Overthinking shit.
Once again, we're diving too deep into this.
It's because we're drinking, bro.
Well, these are legit questions because I'm sure every viewer is asking these are as they watch them.
Especially the hair part.
Yeah, that's right.
Everybody wants to know why he has to eat hair.
Hey, real quick, I was just looking at my notes and I have in quotations doggy style.
Oh my god.
Oh man, you gotta remind me of that reference.
Okay, it was episode 3 when Claire and Shuichi are practicing driving the mobile suit together. And then Claire is like, all right, Shuichi, doggy style. I'm like, okay, clearly that's fan service.
Oh, yeah.
It's very funny fan service, but it's fucking awesome because Shuichi is, it looks like a dog.
He does look like a dog, so it's very funny.
Another
So,
thing I really enjoyed
that's
about
good.
this anime is Shuichi. You see him develop. You
Yeah.
see
Oh
him
my
get
God, he
more
developed so much
confidence.
more
he,
badass.
he was a pansy, man.
Yes, yeah.
Like, he was a smart pansy, but he was a pansy.
Well, they did say he got into the best college in the country.
He was applying for the best college.
Well, he got it, and he gave it up for his friend.
Oh
yeah,
yeah, you're
he
right.
got
For the pink hair. Oh, the fucking pink hair chick.
Yeah, she makes a couple appearances, but she's like
Pointless.
not relevant to the story yet.
She better have some big ass purpose in season 2 because she is the most pointless character in the entire series.
She's just a side character. She really is.
Okay, well, fuck that bitch. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't even remember her name. I don't even...
Yeah, it's... But anyway, to go back to our hotel thing. So in the...
Nana Mifune? That's probably her. That picture looks like her.
Nana. I think. Nana?
Yeah, that's definitely her.
Yeah.
Going back to the hotel, Matt.
So pointless.
So
as of now.
The hotel in the manga is called München, and that's German, and it's German for fairy tale, which is also fitting.
Ooh, interesting. Throwing some German into this.
Yes.
If you have something to describe about this German phrase,
okay.
What German?
I want you to...
Well,
do you have anything to add to this before I want to say anything?
Yeah, the fairy tales that it's characterizing are ones that are with elements of magic or superpower, which is exactly as this manga / anime is 100% describing how this is, which is kind of a nice little Easter egg when it comes to the manga.
Oh yeah, I mean, it has nothing to do with the anime at that point.
Well, superpowers.
Superpowers. Oh, I mean, in the anime, it's mythos.
Yeah.
And I guess when I say mythos, when I hear mythos, I think of mystery, like mysterious.
I think of mythology.
Yeah, that's what I
think. That's probably what 99% of people think, and I'm just dumb.
I'm just dumb.
Out of the box thinking.
Okay, so what I was getting at a minute ago, you threw out the German word.
Yeah.
But now let's go back into Norse mythology.
Okay.
And let's talk about the origins of the word Gleipnir. Sorry, Gleipnir.
Yep, that's a mouthful right there too. I know.
Because it's a strange word, and that's because it's not an American word. So Matt, what do we got going on here with Gleipnir?
So Gleipnir is in Old Norse for open one, which is also extremely fitting because obviously Suichi is an open one because he can get climbed into, and then.
Yeah, climbed into.
Empty. And then it also is the binding that holds the mighty wolf Fenrir in Greek or Norse mythology, who is also the son of Loki, which obviously everybody know who Loki is, just in Norse.
The fun, mischievous trickster.
But it's a Norse mythology, so it's slightly different. But yes, that's what Gleipnir means in the Norse mythology.
In a nutshell.
In a nutshell, anyway.
So is there a whole purpose of the whole becoming a shell for someone else to becoming one? Because that's essentially what Shuichi's ability really is.
As far as in the manga or just in general?
Maybe let's start in general. Like, I don't know how much Norse diving you did.
I did not do any Norse diving beyond what I just read, so.
Okay. Well, I mean, could have been.
And the Harry Potter reference, because Fenrir is a wolf.
Oh.
So.
Well, maybe multiple sources are taking that idea.
He's kind of a fucked up wolf in Harry Potter because he likes to bite children. But yeah, we're talking about anime, not Harry Potter, so it's okay.
So you got anything to add from the manga, Matt? Anything interesting without spoiling second season, obviously? If we get one.
If we get one. Hopefully we get one.
From what I've seen, they're talking about making a second season. We're talking about the anime still.
Oh yeah, I didn't even do any research into possibilities.
They're talking about, because you have to think. So.
Oh, by the way, listeners, it's October of 2021 by the time we're doing this recording, so we don't know officially about a season 2.
Yes, that is also correct. But they're rumored to be a second season, and man, Gleipnir came out, was it a year ago?
2020.
Yeah, summer of 2020.
Oh fuck, yeah, at this point we're approaching 2 years since season 1.
No, 1 year since season 1. Well, just over a year, because I think it came out in
probably came out late 2020.
May of 20. So it'd just be one of those things where we're really not that far, and while I have seen a handful of people recommend this, and I recommend it to a lot of people, it's not, like My Hero Academia, where it's like, hey, every year we need the next season because it's
right.
the most popular.
Yeah, because this isn't a shonen.
Yeah.
This isn't for kids, clearly.
No.
Yeah.
No, this is definitely not
so this
for kids.
isn't something it's going to be a hot sale.
And so I would bet they'll probably be winter of 22. if I had to guess on one season. So that'd be next winter-ish time frame.
Yeah.
Next winter? Damn.
Yeah.
That's a whole solid year from now.
Yeah, but that's 2 years, just over 2 years from the original. Plus, it'll give enough time for however they want to continue the manga, because the manga is still going, it's still current. And while there is enough to go on for the manga
at the moment,
to give a season 2, depending on where they go from where they're at in the manga. It's really hard to describe this without saying anything about the manga.
Without ruining it.
They might be waiting for the quote-unquote conclusion, or waiting to see if it's a good stopping point for season 2. Granted, they probably could break up kind of what is out right now into its full season. So it really just depends. Because as I had said earlier, they made 39 chapters into the 13 episodes.
Yeah.
So that would be 72 chapters. Or, excuse me, 78 chapters would be on
season
par.
26 episodes. And plus, there could always be creative liberty.
Yeah, which, as I said, they kind of changed what episode 13 was, as far as the whole Suichi talking to Claire, or not Claire, Elena and Elena. Sorry, damn, Elena.
Hey, that's right. That's all right. I can't pronounce these Japanese names. You can't pronounce American names. We're good.
But anyway, so it really just depends on what they're gonna do. Maybe they're waiting. Maybe the creator didn't appreciate what they did on episode 13 because they took parts of... When I say I had to figure out what the end of the chapter was for the end of the series, I mean, like, I was going through and, like, I remember reading that later. What? And then going on and going backwards, so I really had to figure out, like, all right, so I'm just going to go with how the episode ended and act as if that's the continuation of the...
Season 2 of the manga.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would probably do the same thing.
And all I can say is I really, really hope we get a season 2, because basically the rest of the manga turns into confrontation after confrontation.
Okay.
So with a...
Confrontation mean like badass battle scenes?
Yes.
Okay.
So basically, it's like a battle, an explanation of what's going on, another battle, more explanations, another battle, and it's like, damn, I really want to see how they make this look. And just like when I was reading My Hero Academia, it was like, fuck, that's a lot going on. I really want to see this. And just it's kind of the same way. It gets they spend a lot of the time in this manga basically leading up and creating that story world and trying to leave a lot of things open to just kind of be like, bam, right in your face, this is what's going on. And they do a very good job. I think they do a very good job. Yes, the fan service is there, but I'm also not one that... I'll deal with fan service if I think the story is well written.
Yeah.
But
you take the hits with the good stuff, so...
Yeah, definitely. I feel like I had something to ask you guys as far as... So it's... What'd you think of, like, Suichi kind of being like, I'm not the main character in this story?
Ooh. I loved that the main character is telling us, the viewers, that he's not the main character, because now that's like I can't say 90, but I would say like maybe 70% of what we watch is all about him. And like, I'm not the main character of the story. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? So who is the main character? Now we have to ask ourselves, and now we have to have an internal battle. Who is the main character? Ricky, before I even say anything, who do you think that he's throwing this off on?
I think it's Claire and Elena. I think they're both the main characters. I think it's going to transition to their...
two people out there.
Yeah, their storyline with their... I don't know. Elena's massive ability, which I still don't kind of understand.
I don't understand.
Yeah, but she's powerful. You know she's powerful.
You're right? She has the power to... What I'm taking from Elena is that she can erase memories to some extent, because clearly Shuichi can't remember his past.
Yeah.
Nope.
So that's just my answer, but that's being very basic. That's not like looking into other different characters.
Right.
Because if I were to do that, You know, if I were to do that right now, off the top of my head, it'd be like the lion head guy, or you know, somebody
character,
somebody from the original
Kaito.
group.
Kaito, yeah, the original group, yeah. I would probably try to choose someone from that original Cram group.
Yep.
As the main character.
Yep.
Which pushes me personally towards Elena. I think Elena is probably the main character.
So do you think Elena is the... So who do you think the main villain would be then?
Kaito.
I think Kaito's the villain?
I think... Okay, I'm just pulling shit out of my ass at this point. But I want to say that his guilt is overriding him.
Okay.
And his mind is just so fucked up that now he just wants to start destroying stuff. That's going to be my 2 cents.
So you don't think... What do you think, Ricky? And then I'll add a little...
Main villain? You're asking me?
Who do you think the villain is?
I can't say a name, but it's the person or something that Kaito's protecting from the people getting to that point.
Honokawa?
No. Well,
oh, okay. So
like, because he stops those people from going further.
Oh yeah, because there was a group of 5 or 6 or so that approached Kaito. And
so whatever's behind him or whatever, you know, in that area.
Didn't they say that's the shipwreck? So that there is.
He's protecting the shipwreck.
They're saying that.
So
that's not what it is. That you know, they're saying that just because they're saying that's not what it is.
That's true.
Yeah, because we don't know any better.
We don't know what's behind.
As the anime watchers.
Yeah, we don't know what the hell's there.
Yeah.
So I think somebody or whatever he's protecting is the main character. Well, not the main character, the main villain.
Okay.
Villain, sure, yeah. But who's the main character, do you think?
I already told you, fool.
Oh, sorry, what was that?
Elena.
Oh, you're...
Or Elena, well,
Elena.
Elena Claire or somebody from that main
that's
group.
right. You gave a double.
Yeah.
Me more specifically, I think Elena. But you think this was the sisters.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or you met. Or are you already jaded because you read...
Yeah, I know too much, so I won't answer. I won't answer at all.
Okay, you're an honest person. Who did you think?
Honestly, I thought it was always Suichi. I always thought it was Suichi because of Elena's response in his power is too great.
You thought he was being too humble?
Yeah, pretty much. Like, I thought his power had a greater purpose. So then, you know...
I mean, that's the way it looks right now.
Him fusing with Miku and just
Yoshioka?
Yeah.
Sorry, that's what I called it. Was Yoshioka.
Yoshioka. And then just turning into this complete badass, like,
Fuck
super crazy character.
Loved her.
And then...
Loved that transformation.
The whole Elena... Like, I thought the first time I saw this, it was like, oh, okay, so he's going to... Something's going to happen with him and Claire, and he's going to, like, fuse with Elena.
Yep.
And that's what I originally thought, was that him and Elena were going to fuse, and then there's going to be some sort of combination between his ability, like his wolf dog thing, and her, like, ghost super crazy monster thing.
I can see that. I can definitely see that.
So it's...
I just had another idea pop up in my head. So, Shuichi's gun.
Yep.
So Shuichi's base form has this like big ass revolver.
Yep.
When he transformed, he had 2 guns.
Yep.
Not that it matters much, but when Claire was trying to hold onto the gun by herself, clearly she would have fucking killed herself from the recoil alone.
Yeah.
Do you think every transformation that Shuichi might get into will have a different variation of this gun?
I don't know. I really wouldn't focus on the weapon. In my opinion, I just kind of focus on...
Well, because it's like his Kamehameha. It's his big shot.
Special attack?
It's his special attack. It's the one that does the real damage. I mean, I know it didn't do too much damage on Sword Arm Dude, but it did enough to actually do a little bit of damage. It's the one that shoots Honoka 100 times. It's... When he transforms, he gets 2 of them with Yoshioka. I don't know. I just...
What do you think,
keep it
Matt?
going.
Well, can I ask you, man? I don't know if I can ask you.
Oh my god, I want to know what happens when he transforms next.
I so wish I could tell you. We'll just put that. I so wish I could tell you.
I mean,
we'll leave it as that.
I'm not going to pry it out of you because I would love to see it in animated form.
It is. I will show it to you guys later. We'll just put that way.
Right.
But it is.
I'm cool with that.
It is super badass, and I so can't wait to see what happens.
So, I'm cool with that. I'm fine with that. I'm waiting for something. I really hope season 2 gets announced pretty soon.
You'll be looking forward to it.
Yeah.
We'll just put it that way.
You know, trying to round all this up. Lance, you're the one that suggested this anime, right?
Matt was.
Matt?
I did.
All right.
Yeah, actually, it's funny. way before we even suggested even making a podcast. Matt suggested this anime to me a long ass time ago. Well, God, fuck. Okay, apparently it was only a year ago, but
I mean, that's still a while ago.
it feels like a long ass time ago. But yeah, Matt, I remember on Funimation this being suggested as an anime to be watched. I'm like, yeah, some guy in a bear suit. I don't know how I feel about this.
That's exactly my point.
Okay, this was something I wanted to bring up earlier. The first couple episodes are like, this dude evolves into a big ass bear. Not evolves, but transforms into a big ass bear. I don't exactly know how I feel about this. But it took like 10 episodes from like, okay, I'm really liking this.
10 episods, bro?
Oh, no, okay, sorry. I'm exaggerating.
There's only 13. I'm just saying.
I'm exaggerating. But just because he gets more and more badass. The more badass he gets, the more I like it. And side note, what's that like spooky side series? It's like a video game, and there's characters. Fuck, I was gonna look into this a little bit more, but there's like this game series where there's a bear, a rabbit. And it's a horror series.
Five Nights at Freddy's or something like that.
That sounds just
my
like,
god.
That's the first thing I thought of.
Yeah, my kids love that shit.
Never looked into this, but that's when I saw that bear suit. I'm like, is this supposed to be that kind of a horror series? But
okay.
That's where my mind went. So, what are you thinking?
So the reason I asked, because everybody knows I'm like the new guy. I'm watching these animes brand new. I'm loving them. Don't get me wrong, but I definitely judge a book by its cover.
Yes, and
don't
worry, you're not the only one.
I was telling Matt off air. I'm like, I saw this. I'm like, the fuck, a mascot? Like, what anime are you getting me into, bro? And like you said, it took a couple episodes, but the story was good. The story's great. Yeah. It's building up. You see a lot of character development, and it's just a great anime to watch. A nice storyline. A little bit of fan service, but it's not horrible. Yeah. So I really enjoy it. I thought you suggested it, Lance, but that's why I was kind of wondering, like, what made you? So Matt, what made you like watch it? I know you watch a shit ton of anime, but what kind of made you?
Matt just gets bored and starts watching shit.
just random things. I'm like, I've heard somebody talk about this. Let's try it. It's like,
Because honestly, just by the look of it, it was like, I probably would have gave it a try, but I definitely wasn't interested.
I would have needed a lot of encouragement to start this on my own. Yeah, so, I mean, if it's one thing I learned, just like you said, do not judge a book by its cover. I would have never started Sword Art Online if I didn't look into it hardcore, because the original cover art for Sword Art Online and the little bit of a synopsis, I was like, this sounds like the dumbest fucking anime in the world, and I gave it a shot.
Badass.
Fucking loved it.
Oh, I still love it.
So never ever judge a book by its cover, because you're gonna find out that it's gonna be awesome.
Or by its name. Slime.
Or by its name.
Yes. Slime. Oh my god. What episode was that? Episode 3 that we did? Podcast with Slime?
I think so.
Slime was episode 3.
But yeah, oh my god, that time I got reincarnated as a slime. That's a huge, long-ass name. I would have got bored reading the fucking name.
Exactly. I was like, okay, dumb title, dumb anime, next.
And,
fucking awesome.
The picture is, like, the icon's a slime, and then you got some random characters in the background, you can't really see them, and you're just like, man, what is this? And
by far one of my favorite animes right now.
Yes, and just, like, it's one of those things. It took me until season 2 came out, and then I started watching. I'm like, okay, well, like,
I felt the same. It's the title alone did not make me want to watch it. It was only your influence that made me want to be like, okay,
I guess we're watching it. So,
I mean, it already. Don't get us wrong. I mean, Slime already had a name for itself, but still, we were judging the book by its cover.
Yeah, and then it's like Shield Hero.
The same thing. I haven't even started that one yet because I'm judging the book by its cover. I hear it's amazing.
It's very good. It is very good.
I also don't have the time to watch anime on the side. I'm still getting through Dragon Ball Z, which is going to take me 10 more years. But
where are you, by the way?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, okay.
Update our listeners, bro.
It's like about that.
Yeah, okay, so to update our listeners and how much I'm working, I'm still working 12-hour shifts every fucking day. But Vegeta, they're still in Planet Namek, okay? So I didn't get too far. Vegeta, Krillin, and Gohan are working together to gather the Dragon Balls because the Ginyu Force is just landing I'm playing Dynamic. So Ginyu Force just arrived. That's where I am at as of like 3 days ago because I got one episode in like 2 weeks.
All right. So Lance's defense, he is doing all our editing.
Oh,
on the
I'm also
podcast.
I'm also doing the editing.
Yeah.
So we'll give him a slight break because he's doing the editing for us. So that's one.
Yeah, and as far as editing goes, I'm a newbie at all this stuff. I'm getting about 15 minutes of solid, launchable product out of every hour I put into it.
Oh
So,
yeah. It takes a while, bro.
editing,
But it's a
bitch.
learning curve.
Yeah,
You know, just
and plus we get better, and we'll get better and better. That's just
you know, that's actually interesting to bring up. Just so our listeners know, you know, Lance does the editing as of right now. They kind of exchange. Matt's been doing the recording like he's doing right now, and I've been doing the social media stuff.
yeah. So we all have our place to spread out the work.
Plus, reading mangas takes.
Oh,
A
and that's
long
another thing.
time.
Yeah, Matt has a lot of work.
Yeah, not only
Well,
is
the
he
recorder
watching
right
it,
now
he's
is
reading it.
pretty simple. It's kind of automated, but the reading the manga and watching the anime, bro.
And
I
still
can do-
trying to keep up on all the anime that I am watching currently. Like
just for fun.
I'm slacking on so many of my shows right now.
Oh, okay. So every once in a while, I am still getting a small workout in. And I'm getting a little bit of Black Clover in here and there.
Oh man, I so right now I'm caught up. From what I know, I'm caught up. I think I'm on 170 on Black Clover.
I think I'm in the 150s, so I'm not too far behind.
And man, Ricky, you got to start watching Black Clover. You really.
I actually
English, watch it in
I
English.
actually wanted to watch that. You tagged me in a post one day because they do a lot of drinking in there or whatever. Or
Captain Yomi does. Oh no, not only Captain Yomi, but more specifically the Vanessa
Vanessa does.
the witch. She's drunk like
yeah.
80% of the time.
Well,
It's funny.
Since you guys know me, I like to
Yeah.
throw back a few. But yeah, Matt tagged me in a post one day, so I'm like, fuck, I need to watch it.
It is definitely great. But the good thing about it is the English dub is a lot more tolerable than the Japanese because Asta's voice in the Japanese is quite annoying. I got used to it because I was watching it episode by episode back then. I'm like, whatever, the action's great. And honestly, the action is fucking amazing.
Action's incredible.
The hard part is Asta's Japanese voice. But English does.
Even his English voice is when he just screams and screams.
Yeah.
And
But when you
screams
compare
some
the
more.
two,
I'll take that one. But anyway, kind of go back to. So I'm just gonna kind of want to give you guys as listeners. Here is the Funimation description of this show. It says, Suichi is an ordinary student until he learns he could transform into a mysterious dog with a revolver and a zipper down his back. Unsure where his powers have come from whom to trust, he risks it all to save a beautiful classmate named Claire. He learns he's not the only one with a secret. She wants to use his monster's powers, no matter how brutal the violence or bloody the action. I mean, like, it's like, okay, that seems interesting, but you see on the icon, you see just this...
the thumbnail.
Yeah, the thumbnail, you see what you could assume Suichi, a blonde-haired girl, a dark black-haired girl, and then you see a monster that you're assuming the costume dog in the background, so you're like, okay.
Yeah, but once you see that costume, you're like, is this childish?
Yeah, and then you see MA and you're like, what? Honestly, what it came down to was I saw a handful of people who were like, okay, this is really good. And then there was a period of time in which I was watching like everything shonen and I got a little sick of everything kind of being childish. So I was like, okay, maybe I want to try and look into something a little more dark, a little bit more graphic, a little more gory.
Adultish.
Yeah. That was when I started watching, like, I started watching Goblin Slayer, and I'm like, man, this is definitely off the deep end.
I love Goblin Slayer, though.
Goblin Slayer is great.
I would suggest that one for a future episode. Personally, I mean.
Highly trigger warning when it comes to certain themes.
Yeah, it is very mature, that's for sure.
It is a very good show. It is definitely very dark, very graphic. It is very good. The storyline is also very good, but it is super fucked up.
Yep.
Super fucked up. But anyway, so I watched that and I'm like, all right, so let's try another one. And Gleipnir came along. I'm like, you know what?
Same time frame almost.
Yep, same time frame, and I had to watch it sub. I kind of wanted to dip my foot into just stuff being subbed. I hadn't watched too many subbed shows.
Ooh, now that you say subbed, would you prefer to watch this dub or sub? Because I could throw out many anime that's I would prefer sub over dub. But at the same time, I can say the opposite. I would prefer dub over sub.
I will say some of the voice actors are better subbed than dubbed and vice versa.
Yeah.
And also, especially when it comes to like being able, because the anime has so many like twists and turns, it's almost easier to watch it dubbed because you can kind of focus on the screen and listen to what's going on. Now, if you're willing to watch it more than once, subbed you're not going to have any complaints watching it dubbed. You're not going to have any complaints watching it subbed. Yeah. They're both very good.
Yeah.
So
I can have one little complaint in the dub version.
Okay.
In episode 4, like one of the very first like action scenes where we didn't even talk about that chick that comes in the window when they're practicing mobilizing. That athletic chick. She had a very cool transformation. Like she had that speediness to her. She was really cool.
When it comes to this one especially, you will not be disappointed if you watch this subbed or if you watch it dubbed. Both have very good voice actors for both. It's not nearly as bad as High School of the Dead, where you have that like southern accent for a Japanese, or for the teacher. The teacher had the southern accent, and it was like she'd only ever heard a southern accent, never actually spoke in a southern accent, and she was just kind of like, this is what I think a southern accent sounds like. Living in the South for a handful of years, that's not what southern accents sound like. No. So it's not, you don't have to worry about any of those, like no crazy accents are going on with this. And Lance is still confused over here in the corner.
No, he's all good. No, Take another shot.
I don't remember where my mind was going earlier.
But definitely good no matter which way you go with this. Just to kind of go into some of the differences between the manga and the anime. NANI?! So that girl with the crazy transformation in the beginning, the athletic transformation, what's her name? Hikua. So you actually see her following Claire and Suichi from the beginning. So
in the manga?
In the manga. She doesn't just kind of appear like.
No, you see her.
You see her. So you see her, and then
in the river,
and then she looks, and then what she actually does is she follows Claire and Suichi to the apartment complex.
Yep.
And then jumps into the
action.
Yep.
Yeah, that's episode 2 where Hikua really makes her. Well, she shows up at the end of episode 1, but episode 2 is where we find out more about her.
Yep.
And then we find out that's where the episode we find out where wishes or whatever could be made, because Hikua was trying to try out for track or whatever, and she wanted to be faster, and she got all her things.
She essentially got her wish.
Yeah.
One crazy thing is, so it's not like I'm trying to think. There's some shows where like when they die, like Darwin's Game, when they die, they just disappear. They're living people. This isn't a game. They don't.
It's a dead body. Yeah.
So they actually, Suichi and Claire actually burn that girl's body.
In the manga?
In the manga.
Oh, I was going to say, because that was going to be one of my questions I was going to ask, like, does Hikua actually die? Because I know they show that they shoot her, and, like, a big part of her, like, dissolves because of the gunshot.
I think she's just a ghost at that. She's just a ghost that can make, essentially, other people disappear. So she's not a living being.
No, Hikua. The speedster girl.
They shoot her from the back.
They shoot her.
Yeah, and then
she slowly dissolves. Like the gunshot dissolves where the gunshot happened.
Yep.
And then we never. I personally feel like I never got closure that she was no longer a threat.
Oh yeah, her body's burned, way dead.
Yeah,
way dead.
We didn't get that in the anime.
Well, there's your closure. She's super dead.
Super dead. Cremated.
What else you got, Matt?
And then honestly, they did the anime did a very good job as far as keeping true to the manga one thing that I don't know if I caught it or not. Who was they didn't say who gave the alien the idea of the coins, right? Like having other people collect the coins.
That was
It showed a backstory.
Whatever her name.
Honokoa?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, Honokoa was the one that was like, hey, why don't you just have other people collect your coins?
And turn your thing into a vending machine so it'd be more attractable.
And then she showed him a photo of her friends, like, oh, these are my friends, they're nice people.
Yep. Then I already told you about Ikuchi, the recording dude.
The camera dude?
Yeah, the camera peeping.
He just vanishes.
He just vanishes.
Yeah.
Much better way in the anime. Died. I'm so glad we got to see him die.
Yeah, because you were saying in the manga he just vanishes, but in the anime we see that the choker actually takes effect, and we can see that.
That's the only time.
Sayaka.
Sayaka.
Yeah, we can actually see firsthand experience that her ability takes effect because he was going to betray the group, and then
that's the only time we see her power.
Yeah,
take effect.
And technically, if you only ever read the manga, you never see her power.
Oh, well. Yeah. It's not a huge thing, but
no.
But yeah, I mean, it's a waste of character at that point.
And then the fight with Suichi and the guy from Marako's group, the guy who wears the cloth over his face. Or over his
sword?
eyes. Yeah, the guy with the sword.
Yep.
Suichi never meets with the alien before that. So they go from the mountain range essentially to, like, there's a couple other things that happen, but nothing, like, they goes to school.
Yeah.
And then after school,
junkyard.
Suichi goes to the junkyard and meets with that guy. So he never talks to that alien. He never confronts the alien at that point.
Yeah, because in the anime, he's confronts him long before then, huh?
So in the anime, Suichi confronts the alien, was like, hey, what the fuck, dude? But that actually doesn't happen in the manga.
Oh yeah, because in the anime, when his head gets ripped off,
that's after. That's
way after.
That is after? Oh
yeah.
I'm jumping around here.
That's when they're coming down from the mountain and burn all the
That flower.
The flower. Burn all the flower. And just, so basically, I wouldn't say immediately after it, because Suichi does go to school, and I think he says a couple days later, and you find out about so Suichi fights that guy, and then it follows along, and then one thing that changes is when they go into the backstory of when Honokoa and everybody else, the manga goes to essentially back to the present time with Claire and Suichi, and they're meeting up with Ricky's favorite person, which I can't remember his name. Sunday?
Yeah.
And so they meet up with him and talking to him and basically like, hey, we want to go find more coins. We're probably going to meet up with a bunch of super badass people. Do you want to come with us? And he's like, fuck yeah, I love to fight. Let's go. And
Sambe,
yes, there you go. Yeah, they have a conversation with him and telling him how we are gonna go keep searching for coins and how we're gonna probably meet up with essentially bad people. So they don't know. Well, it's not that they don't know. The pact that they have with Sayaka never gets erased.
Oh, so that's
still technically a thing. I will tell you, she doesn't become a thing after.
Oh, so it's just kind of like a forgotten
I wouldn't say it's a forgotten detail. It's just an unnecessary detail. Yeah. Because basically everything, I'll give you guys a great kind of cliffhanger / I'm not going to call it a spoiler, but you basically right away you learn what Kayato's power is, and you meet up with some of his minions. Like the next chapter, you meet up with some of his minions, and you immediately start going into fight scenes.
I like it.
Okay, so we can expect a lot of action out of season 2.
Shit ton of action into season 2.
Hopefully.
If they follow suit.
I'm sure they will. I mean, it's, like you were saying, they pretty much followed season 1 to...
They followed it. They did follow it very well essentially up until the end.
Right.
You got any other differences
No, that's really about it. So everybody does know, if you do want to follow along and just kind of start reading from where season 1 ends, I would start at chapter 38. You can start at chapter 39 because that's technically where it ends, but chapter 38 is where they're going more into the backstory stuff. Chapter 38, just continue on from there. It's definitely worth the read if you enjoy it.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Well, if you guys were to rate this as of now, do you guys have some kind of good rating?
I don't know about rating. It's like, do I recommend it to people? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. I'm not a big fan of ratings, just because I don't want to break it down to that type of, I don't know, statistic or whatever you want to call
Especially because it's incomplete.
Yeah.
I guess that's I guess that's the angle that I was gonna go at.
Would I recommend it to somebody to watch it? Hell yeah, man. Like I said, I judged it. I didn't want to watch it. Like I didn't not want to watch it, but it just didn't interest me. But once you get into it, man, it's a good story.
Yeah,
for sure.
You leave each and every episode with a question and an interest to continue watching, so it makes you want to watch more and more.
It kept me wanting more, definitely. Definitely. I was watching. It kept me wanting more so much that I was watching the living room. My kids came home from school, and it's not huge fan service, but it's enough fan service that my kids are too young to watch it.
Right.
You know. But yeah, I definitely wanted to keep on watching it. There was times where I need to go to bed at a certain time. Past my bedtime, bro. But yeah, what about you?
Yeah, I would. As of right now, I would definitely recommend this to everybody with the expectation of a season 2.
Yeah.
If for whatever reason they cancel this, then I would say cut your losses. Don't bother with this show, because season 2 is a must need. There's no way you can continue the story without a season 2. So that's all I can say. As long as the season 2 comes out, this is a must watch anime.
And then obviously I recommend it since I'm the one that recommended it.
Yeah, you've been recommending this for over a year, so.
It was definitely a lot of fun. I'm glad I could get you guys, and it was something a little different.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
Loved it.
For sure. You guys got anything else to add?
No, I think I'm good.
Ricky, you want to take us out?
All right, well, Anime Loungers, Ricky, your host, my co-host Matt and Lance. Make sure you guys follow us on social media. We got Facebook, we got Instagram. We actually just got onto YouTube. Like we said, we are in October. This episode will probably get released around November. But we're on all the major platforms. Follow us, like us, share us. Let's grow this community. And we're out.